It strikes me that we should have some kind. We don't have any intro for Michael Snyder of any kind, like a Hollywood thing or Hooray for Hollywood. Yeah, we usually like production elements like that, but I guess we don't. So we'll just bring him on as the Culture Blaster. You can find him across the Twitter platform at Culture Blaster. You can also find him on YouTube at the same handle, and you can find him in the Marina Times. He writes a column, The Coastal Commuter, in the Marina Times, right here in the city. And lastly, when they reopen, you can always find him chilling at the Royal Grounds there on Polk Street, just below Russian Hill, I think it is. Anyway, he's Michael Snyder.
Hey, Michael.
Hey, gentlemen. Hello. How's everybody doing?
You sound all clear and zoomy today, or whatever, FaceTiming. I don't know how you're doing.
I'm happy about that. I've been working on my bad air quality playlist. I've added Orange Skies by Love, Life on Mars by David Bowie, and of course, Jimi Hendrix Fire. That's the scariest song I've added.
Nice. Wow. What about the Fix, Red Skies at Night?
Oh, yeah. I'll have to put that on the list. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
If you get it in order, you get extra points.
Okay. Well, yeah. So you work out an order, and we'll try to get it. You have a lot of really cool, what look to be really cool offerings today, so I want to get you into it as soon as possible. But, it is...
Okay, that sounds good.
I'm just going to say it is also the case that it looks like we're going to be they're advising that we stay indoors for... at least in terms of avoiding smoke inhalation and that kind of thing. So it'll be, I think there'll be ample opportunity to check out a lot of the stuff you're talking about today. So go ahead.
Well, I do want to agree with Ron Owens. Unfit, the psychology of Donald Trump. Shockingly large percentage of Americans are bound and determined not to believe their eyes and ears when it comes to Trump's malfeasance and his corruption and amorality. And other character flaws that have been on display. And Unfit lays it all out with recent and archival footage and in-depth evaluation from respected medical experts, as well as politicians from both sides of the aisle, Lincoln Project people like George Conway. You can see it via the usual streaming services. It's a documentary that's an eye-opener and will either reinforce what you already believe or, by the same token, may introduce you to some shock and horror you weren't aware of, directed by Dan Partland. Just wanted to say that briefly. And also, in a quick catch-up, because we weren't open for business last Friday, Mulan is out there, and it's the latest in Disney's series of bringing cartoon properties to live action, and it might be the best of them. And it's the same story as the cartoon Mulan, minus the talking dragon and minus the songs for the most part. And it's about a young woman back in Imperial China who disguises herself as a man to fight in the emperor's army against the Hun-like northern invaders to save her father from having to go to fight. And, you know the basic story, but this is very much like sword and sorcery movies and martial arts films like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. It's kind of like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Mulan. And it also features some terrific actors, including a troublemaker named Crystal Liu, who apparently has spoken out in favor of the Chinese government in the Hong Kong demonstrations and clashes, which has caused a lot of backlash on the film. But she does a good job here. And some Asian American actors, including Sima and Rosalind Chow as her parents. And Gong Li, the great Chinese actress, plays a sorceress. Jason Scott Lee, the martial arts superstars, Donnie Yen and Jet Li are also on board. It's expensive at $30 at Disney Plus, beyond what you're already paying, but it is something to watch with the family at home if you're not.
And you really liked it that much. If you say it's the best of the series, that's impressive.
Well, no, I think they're all pretty duff. I'm not impressed with what Disney's done in terms of repurposing cartoons into live action. No, this is damning with faint praise.
I see. Okay.
Honestly. Okay, moving on.
Yes, please.
You know what? Fascinating, troubling, provocative. I'm thinking of Ending Things, which is available on Netflix, is the latest thoroughly original psychodrama and relationship flick from Charlie Kaufman. And this is the unique guy with the unique mind that conceived and wrote the scripts for Being John Malkovich, Adaptation, and my favorite of his screenplays, Eternal Sunshine of The Spotless Mind. And in the case of I'm Thinking of Ending Things, Kaufman both wrote and directed, and the result is worth watching and puzzling through, because it's kind of a puzzle. You have untrustworthy guides through a behavioral and interpersonal maze, and they're played by the rising stars Jesse Plemons and Jessie Buckley, and they give outrageously good performances. Plemons was like perfectly creepy as a twisted digital genius in the Black Mirror episode USS Callister, and Scottish actress Buckley riveting in the musical dramedy Wild Rose and the TV miniseries Chernobyl. And here they're a young man and woman in an amorphous relationship, ostensibly boyfriend and girlfriend, and they're on their way through a snowstorm to visit his parents, who are having them to dinner at the family farm, and weirdness ensues, helped along by a more killer casting. Toni Collette and David Toulis play mom and dad. This is an amazing cast. We see harsh realities, deep family angst, relationship issues, and really strange dreamlike fantasy sequences, and they all come together in a very disturbing fashion, and they're addressing topics like, I don't know, love, hate, loss, birth, aging, death. It's going to spur a lot of debate from those who get caught up in it, and I was impressed. But I have a warning, Mark, don't watch it if your body or mind are tired, because you might get lost. I mean,
okay.
It's
a lot to follow. Yeah. I love Charlie. I think you've got it right. Charlie Kaufman and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. If no one's seen it, I mean, if there's any, I mean, a lot of people saw it, but if you haven't, see it. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is, I think, almost a perfect movie.
Let's move on to something a little lighter. The Broken Hearts Gallery. The territory's familiar. A romantic comedy about a young woman who's been unlucky in love. She simultaneously loses her latest boyfriend and her job at a fancy New York City art gallery, and decides to turn mementos of her failed relationships into an art project. I mean, even if it takes new ground in the story, the dialogue here is crisp and snarky. The characters are all likable, and the casting was a very satisfying reflection of real New York City demographics. I mean, it's nice to not see Kate Hudson or a Kate Hudson type in the lead role of a modern rom-com. And instead, we get an impressive and comedically able performance by Geraldine Viswanathan. She's an Aussie woman convincingly playing Lucy, a quintessential American girl seeking to have it all, or at least to have true love and a successful, satisfying career. Viswanathan is definitely not a blonde cheerleader type, nor are her two best friends and roommates played by the cheerful smartass Molly Gordon and the multi-talented Philippa Sue, who you may or may not recognize as Alexander Hamilton's wife in the original cast of Hamilton, and as Nick, who is the would-be hotelier who might be the best potential boyfriend for Lucy. You get Dacre Montgomery, another Aussie, and he's best known in the U.S. as the high school bully Billy in Stranger Things. He's much sweeter here. And to gloss things up, you also get the Broadway superstar Bernadette Peters as the snooty gallery owner who employs Lucy when the movie starts. It's pretty sweet, easy to go down, directed and written by Natalie Krinsky. You know, this is not great filmmaking, but again, you know, entertaining and satisfying in a way, and a little bit of a change of pace from what we normally see from these sorts of films. And
I love this.
We have the
we're wrapping up, Michael, but I love this, and I just want to review what you're talking about. The new documentary, Unfit, The Psychology of Donald Trump, you liked it, and you thought it was both intriguing and revelatory if you think you know Trump, or you think you know him regardless of what side you might be on, as people sort of take sides these days. Mulan, you thought was okay, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, the fact that she's behind, you know, the lead actress is pro-Red China. It's kind of like Moulin Rouge. You know, you get it? You know, Rouge?
Yeah, because of Red China. I got it. Very funny. I'm thinking of...
Okay, fine.
I don't think it's applause-worthy. I'm thinking of ending things you find intriguing. It was the Charlie Kaufman film. I'm really looking forward to that. Complicated but intriguing. And the Broken Hearts Gallery is the rom-com that you also found entertaining, not over the moon for it, but you really enjoyed it. That kind of summarizes where Michael was and is on this Friday. Michael, we enjoy the time. Wish we had more. Thank you for joining us. We're going to get you an intro and an outro next week. Aren't we, Albert? Are we going to do that?
Yeah. Feels great,
lovely.
Baby.
Yeah.
Lovely.
For now, you'll do. Michael Snyder, he's the Culture Blaster on Twitter and on YouTube. Thank you, Michael.
Hey, breathe easy, everybody.
All right. We'll check in with Pat next. KGO 810.